Hi, my name is Hemson-Struthers. What does it mean to be a yogi in the modern world? I think for me at least, it means to have an open mind. I think that's the most important thing that I've learnt in my yoga practice, is that having an open mind and basically letting go of the expectations I have as to what it means to be a yogi in the modern world is the best way I can come to understand and to accept that, that I am a yogi. I think the thing is that we often think, and I often get this idea that modern life and the yoga practice that I have are incompatible, and that because I work a 9 to 5, I can't be a yogi. But I think when I let go of that and I just kind of accept the way things are, and I just get on with things, and I just kind of live by the basic principles that I learn through this practice, I think that's what it means to be a yogi in the modern world.
You can go first. Okay, Eva, what does it mean to me to be a yogi? I think yoga is really just a tool to explore and refine your potential, find your innermost self and be the best you can be. And I want to say, I do believe we've done one of the best teacher trainings in the world. Jim is really a great person, and I really do appreciate the time that we've spent here.
Hi, I'm Angie. I would like to explain what it means to be yogi, to use myself as an example. For me, it started as a pure physical practice. I was very focused on the asanas and challenging myself physically. And then one day I found myself on an accident in a yin yoga class, and that was challenging on a whole different level. And that's how I discovered the mental part of yoga. And that has taken me onto a path that this month has opened the spiritual part of yoga. So I think yoga is a journey.
My name is Amy Kins, if you want to call me that. And what does it mean to be a yogi? Whew. Well, for me, I think it's learning to connect to your body and your mind. That's the most important thing I've learned, I think, since I started doing yoga. Besides the asanas, now that we've started this training, we've been doing a lot of meditation, 20 minutes every morning. Although that's probably quite a little for most people, for most Buddhists who meditate all day. But it's really been a learning curve, and I think that's probably the biggest thing I've learned this month is connecting to my mind and connecting to the energy in my body. It's been really amazing feeling the energy in my hands. I've never had that before. And obviously my asana practice has improved incredibly. Understanding, connecting to the inner lines of the leg, inner lines of the arms. You're not just raising your arm, you're connecting that whole energy line in your body. And that's where the deeper meaning comes from.
I feel much more comfortable and confident to take on my self-practice, which I think is a very important step in your yoga journey. Yeah, and I also feel quite comfortable actually to teaching my friends what I've learned, and they really appreciate it and enjoy it too. So, yeah.
My name is Amy, and what does it mean to me to be a yogi in the modern world? It doesn't mean anything to me yet, and I don't think it will for a very long time. But I'm not even sure that's where I'm heading.
My name's Andrew Garrett. Question, what does it mean to be a modern day yogi in the modern day world? I don't know. I think be a yogi is an enlightened person, and to be an enlightened person in the modern day world takes, I think, a lot and a little. It can be very easy to separate yourself, and at the same time, by separating yourself, makes it difficult. I just remembered a story about nothing, which I think is appropriate because RJ is driving by and he honks. And to find nothing is the biggest thing in Buddhism. Just erase your mind and you become one with the universe. So in a sense, there's nothing. You are everything and nothing. And that's, I think, the traditional side. And then when I was in China, I met a Buddhist monk actually, and I asked him if he found nothing. And he said, nothing's almost impossible to find. There's only a few people that have ever found it. But there are times where you're hiking or you're doing something and you're exhausted, or you've got a heavy backpack, or you're sweaty, or you're hot, or you're cold, or you're frustrated, or anything. But then out of that frustration or irritation or discomfort, maybe you're in front of a mountain or you're at a waterfall or something, and you can separate that discomfort into nothing. Separate that so you can still enjoy the moment, so that you can still be at peace with everything. And I think that's also kind of what it means to be a yogi in the modern day world, because it's difficult with all the distractions, but at the same time, if you can separate yourself and notice the beauty about it, then you're part of it. So that's what I think.
Great. Yeah.
My name is Alexandra Tali. What does it mean to be a yogi in the modern day? I think it's very big, a big question. But mainly to be able to practice in this crazy world we're living in, I would say. Because it's quite hard to be focused and meditate and do breathing exercise, or even practice physically, or have time for it, to give time to it even. So that's how I would.
I'm Erin Williams. I'm from Canada, but I'm currently living in Botswana. And what does it mean to be a yogi in the modern world? Well, for me, I think it means to have a sense of serenity, have a sense of peace amongst sort of the modern chaos, and be able to come back to who you are and to really try to be as authentic as possible. But also, the word that comes to my mind so frequently is contradictions. So I think sometimes we also have to be okay
with some of the contradictions that may come up if you are a yogi in the modern world?
What does it mean to be a yogi in the modern world? Well, for me, it means to remain grounded and to remember that we're all part of a community, and also to not be judgmental and to make judgments based on perceptions, but to remain true to oneself, and to treat others as you'd like to have others treat you. I mean, just basic common decency. I think, just being grounded is important.
My name's Hilary, and for me to be a yogi in the modern day world, to me means being a lot more present, a lot more focused, to be in balance with people, to be in harmony with the environment, and maybe just to be more aware of everything. I think being in a group like we've been, I think it makes you realize how important it is to connect with other people. And I think Jim's just taught us so much that we can go away with just such a vast expanse of knowledge of breathing, how breathing affects us, how to calm ourselves down, the technique of doing yoga. Not only is it like a team sport in a way whereby you do stuff with other people, that those are your relationships, you build friendships, you have people who you have a common grounding with. And it's just, if you move into your normal day life where you can go and teach that to others and show what that gives to you, I think that's a really important thing to pass on to other people, a sense of community and bonding and unity.
Unfinished Business, or What Yoga Is to Me, by Yogi in Training, Isabel. Yoga is stretching the mind to the flow of energy, opening the heart to the magic of the universe, awakening your body with feet parallel to the mat, stripping away the clutter to realize the true gift inside, listening closely to the integrity of the mind, breathing through the core of your being, handstands with open hearts and toes touching, believing in the precious gem within you. Yoga is embracing judgments and letting go, acknowledging expectations and letting go, pushing boundaries and letting go, visualizing attachments and letting go, accomplishing backbends and letting go, facing fears and letting go, meditating on the unknown and letting go. Yoga is non-harming and non-stealing alignment, committing to yourself. Modern cavemen, different but the same, leaving a nurturing footprint in mind and spirit, upside down and inside out. Mindful and loving asana monkeys. Yoga is seeking and accepting, truthful and sincere, happy dances and community, revealing and growing, gentle and stirring. Yoga is just being, embracing life, a journey, unfinished business. Yoga is change, imperfection, movement. Yoga is breath, connection. Yoga is in me. Yoga is.
This is my story of my yoga. Yoga is the sacred journey of the soul, which is unique to each individual. But the path of yoga is universal, because yoga is union with the divine self. No matter what your creed, color, heritage, or status, we are all the same. I discovered this little journal at the beginning of the course when Jim asked us to journal things. And And I wrote a poem in 2009 that just jumped out at me again, and I thought I'd share it with you. It was called, at the time, in May 2009, it was called Connected. If from another galaxy or another space and time, wherever you have come from, I'm so glad you're a friend of mine. The pathways of a lifetime cross paths with many feet, and lessons and abundance can be found on every street. And when it comes to friendships, attraction is the law. As in all light, so in all forms, a resonance is sure. So may our vibes be lasting and grow in love each year, with hands of light and giving, our consciousness grow clear. For friends with hearts of likeness are truly dear to find. And say I once again, my friend, I'm so glad you're a friend of mine.
Those who say that they know don't, and those who say that they don't know also don't know. But those who can't say whether they know or they don't know, they're on the right path.
I know that happy endings belong to unfinished stories, and I know that the whole truth can be a lie, and that doesn't necessarily make you into a liar. I know that beautiful yoga poses, that exquisite beauty is expression stretched to point break, and that living on the edge of point break is delicate, precarious, and infinitely worthwhile. And I also know that it's just my aesthetic of how I like to see the world. I think that it takes a certain rebelliousness, not necessarily of your own choosing, to walk this path. And if you can walk it and see through, actually better still, if you can dance down it while you see through the mire, even better. I know that there are no ordinary moments, they're just dull eyes. And that a missed opportunity, maybe a missed opportunity is not a missed opportunity, it's just a lack of response in the moment, and the next wave comes and you can catch the next wave. Something that's come up for me in the course, a lot of the time, new age modalities encourage love and feeling the connection, and they really sort of acknowledge all the light side of things. And I feel like in doing so, it's really important and it's really good, but I feel like you lose half of life. So actually exposing your dark side doesn't frighten me. It's when you hide it that it really frightens me. There's a meditation that I would have liked to have done with us called Tonglen, and it's done by Tibetan, it's from the Tibetan tradition. And in most healing modalities, you sort of breathe in all the love and you breathe out all your negative stuff. And what this meditation asks of us is to own your own stuff. So you breathe in all your own pain. You start in your body, you then move into your life, and you really breathe in and feel your own stuff, and breathe out and give your gift to the world of love. And it's a totally sort of different way of looking at things, but for me that's really powerful. And I see asana a little bit the same. It's my chance to sit in my discomfort, to sit where things don't always work and don't always feel good, and to just hold that place and to feel that point where letting go either happens or doesn't happen. And then for me, the meditation and Tonglen meditation and asana is really just an opportunity to practice for real life or for the rest of life, whichever one is the real one. Yeah, that's really it. I guess I have no clue about what yoga really is, so for now I'm just going to show up on my mat and keep going.
At the age of 12, something got me reading the Upanishads. And that same something was what took me to my first yoga class. And then I stopped doing yoga for a while, practicing yoga, and something brought me back. When I hated myself, something brought me back. When I was happy, something brought me back. When I stopped meditating, something brought me back. When I was angry, something brought me back. When I no longer wanted to live, something brought me back. When I was scattered, something brought me back. And I still don't know why I practice yoga, but over the years I'm starting to get a glimpse of that something that keeps bringing me back, and that's me. I didn't think I was going to cry at all.
You're going to say it.
Nice. Andrew, can you tell me what it means to be a yogi? Andrew, could you quickly tell me what it means to be a yogi?
And to be able to do a headstand, topless, on the beach.
And I thank Jim for letting me on that journey.
Like Angie said before, it really connected to something deeper than we used to have before. In the way we used to practice yoga before, it definitely refined it, gave a deeper aspect to it.
Yeah, for me, I still got a long way to go, but Jim has revealed the path for me.
You know, the other thing that you realize is that you don't just do yoga for 1 hour in a studio class. Yoga it's a lifestyle. It's my whole life is going to change after this month. You know, I'm happier. I'm more considerate to other people. More understanding and compassionate. And that's definitely the biggest thing I'm going to carry with me, I think. Yeah, the whole lifestyle.
So the biggest thing I've learned during this month is being kind to myself and surrender to whatever comes up.
The one thing I will definitely apply to this course is just being true to myself after hearing it a lot. And not that I wasn't, but I think it's more in your face, obviously, like it's in the monk, very intense. And it's not always easy to be true to yourself. You get caught up in everyday life. Maybe you forget. But now I've learned. So that's what I'll take away.
One thing that I want to take away from this course, it's an open heart, connection, and be not scared of opening up. It's been a big fear for me for years, so I think to open my heart more. Thank you.
I think for this course, what I'm going to be bringing away to use in my own life is a sense of increased curiosity. This course has really broadened my horizons as to the philosophy of yoga, what it means, and what it can do for my health, both for my physical, my mental, and my emotional health. So for me, it's really about a curiosity that has really awakened, and that's something that I'm really thankful for. It came at a perfect time in my life, and I'm ready to keep exploring more of what it means to really practice yoga.
I think the most important thing that I've learned is the meditation part of it, the ability to be still in one's own thoughts instead of reaching out and grabbing everything else around you to try and clutter where you should actually be thinking about and sorting out things internally. And also just a sense of kindness and gratitude. I think the one thing that one forgets to do is to be grateful for what you have, and always striving for more and other things and looking what other people have. And I think it's just taught me to be just so grateful for everything that I have and to enjoy it.